Good afternoon, Eric Arnold back in the sports barn here on the Wednesday, August 26th. MLB picks for today coming up. What is it? Right, it's late today. It's probably about 1:45 already, so I gotta get this up here. We're struggling with our scheduling. Well, for one thing, these games last into the wee hours of the morning, despite them starting at, 9:45, these West Coast games, they still take 6 hours to play these damn games. And they're not ending till like 2 in the morning Eastern time, and then, my schedule's so all backed up, and I probably need to try to start getting these videos up at night again, or I should say in the middle of the night. I may give that a try tonight. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. A lot of it's just how much energy I have. When you're staring at the computer screen and you can't think because you're that close to falling asleep. And, this is an AARP problem for, most of you. You have no idea what I'm talking about because you're under 50. But at a certain point, you just can't stay awake. You can't think. You can't do anything but fall asleep. I know that sounds terrible, but, it's going to happen to you. Don't worry too much. It'll happen to you. What can you do? But at any rate, last night should have been a big night. I think we were in the right place for it to be a big night, and, it just didn't happen. I don't know, handicapping-wise. I think I finally may have, figured out this run line big favorite problem I've been struggling with. But let's see where we are. We did get it done with the Astros. They were much the best in that 7-inning game. Got out to a big lead, coasted home. Shane Bieber was good enough. He wasn't great. He was good enough. He held them down for most of the game, and the Indians managed to finally score a few runs. So they got it done there. Cubs, with their worst pitcher, they got bombed. Sometimes you just gotta read the newspapers, and, sometimes they're telling you the answer, and you just have to be willing to listen to it. I know I read at some point in the sometime this season, so that was a month. But Gardenhire, the manager of the Tigers, said, "Hey, yeah, Turnbull's our best pitcher." And everybody says, I know Subscriber F said, "Oh, he's terrible." Well, Gardenhire says he's their best pitcher. And he sure as hell was last night because he shut the Cubs down and we were on the wrong end of that. This game never happened. It actually rained, as if we don't have enough stuff screwing things up this year. It rained, that game was rained out, so that went by the boards. Oakland, this is a model game. Kudos to the model because I had no rationale for this whatsoever. But Oakland comes cruising home easily, scoring lots of runs and winning. I'm really gonna stop watching these games with the sound off. That's a habit of mine where I just like to sit there in silence. And I'm either reading news on the computer, or I'm thinking about whatever I'm thinking about. Maybe I'm fiddling around with the model trying to make it better, or thinking about God knows what. But I like to concentrate on what I'm doing on my computer and not have the game distracted me in the background. So the game will be on, it's just the sound's off. So I knew Giolito was pitching deep into this game, and it looked like, well, he hasn't thrown many pitches, and we're winning 4-0. I'm basically concerned that we win, let's win this damn game. So he gets the last out. Now, man, they're hugging him like, wow, I guess that's what we do now is we celebrate when we throw a complete game, and here it's a no-hitter. And the cat's looking at me like, you're a fucking idiot. How do you not know this is not a no-hitter? You're watching the game with the sound off. So, oh well. Well, congratulations to Giolito. Like we said, we're becoming a Giolito fan. I think I'm starting to really like these guys, these workhorse dudes, these Kurt Schilling-esque guys that can go out there, the Steve Carltons that can go out there and pitch you deep into a game that aren't going to crumble like little girls when they throw more than 100 pitches. So, like it with Giolito, he got it done at a big price, but it was worth it for us. Well, then the big finish, the 3-star games, and this just, man, we led in all 3 of these, and it was looking like it was going to be a big night, and then, the Cardinals bullpen just couldn't hold it. It was one of these deals that I was watching that game. They had a 2-out guy in scoring position, a deal there in the late innings. They're up a run. And the relief pitcher just hangs a meatball, hangs a curveball. Pow! Base hit, game tied. And then they give up the lead. And the Cardinals missed going ahead. Molina hit a ball off the wall. Probably missed by 5 feet going out and us winning. And then the guy gets thrown out at the plate. I mean, he should have been able to score running backwards. Paul DeJong apparently is very slow. So we got hosed there. Just, it was just, well, basically it was either, you want to call it good defense by the Royals or bad luck. I'll prefer bad luck. So we were right there. This one probably we should have gotten. It just kind of fell the other way for us. But we got lucky here. This was a seesaw game. We got that one. That could have gone either way. And then the Dodgers. We should have had this game. I don't think we were in the wrong place. It just, the Dodgers have a 1-run lead with Kenley Jansen on the mound in the 9th. You're very likely going to win that game. Well, he, couldn't keep Brandon Belt in the ballpark. So now we go to extras. And the Dodgers are again within 1 out of winning the game in the 10th or 11th. They've got, a 1-run lead and 2 outs. And they just couldn't get that last out. And then the Giants went on to win. So, break-even night overall. Disappointing. I think the solution here to the run line problem is, I actually started breaking this down with math, which is not my strong suit. How often does this happen? And then how often does it fall at a 1-run margin? How often do we lose by 1 run, which is the key metric of when you get screwed. So I think that we would have played the run line here, had I done the math, say, a day ago. So I think we're going to probably lay the big numbers at home, but we're going to probably play the run lines on the road. That's a generalization, and I don't know it's always going to go that way, but at least that gives me some kind of guideline. I've been just like trying to eyeball. It's like, I don't know, how do I feel? Well, I guess we were doing A yesterday, so we'll do B today, and that hasn't worked at all. We're in the Herb Arnold wrong line. We're in the wrong line, story of my life, and trying to iron that out. Alright, so there you have that. Let's see, anything else here before we get to Wednesday? The NBA, what's going on in the NBA? It looks like the Clippers took a hammer lock in their series with a huge win. Looks like they're intending to put away the young up-and-coming Mavericks. I guess Doncic can't do it all by himself. Did Porzingis play? I mean, never mind. I was going to say something, but never mind. These guys are in it. I guess that's all done now, right? Just like we have it there, they've all advanced. I think this one's tied at 2, isn't it? Oklahoma City and Houston for the right to get their ass kicked by LeBron. Is that who would play? I think so. I guess these guys were on the verge of elimination, and they came back and got a W. I think that one's 3-2 now. I'm making stuff up. I'm not following it that closely. All I know is if the Lakers are on the slate tonight, play the Lakers. Our record is 6 wins, 2 losses in the NBA. So, and the sport I don't pay attention to. Alright, Wednesday. I don't have much for Wednesday. It's like, you know, a full slate, and they put these games up, and there are no pitchers, and there are no lines, and half of them are double headers, and this, God, 2020. What a year. My God. In the half hour you're going to have before this game goes, this would be a best play. The Chicago White Sox. I'd lay that number. I'm thinking the Pirates are. Keuchel's no slouch. I'm about to unveil a new theory here to you, and it kind of fits in this situation, but not really. Where I would play the White Sox again and lay the number. In other words, God, such a quick turnaround for the Pirates. I mean, they just they go to the hotel, they get 6 hours sleep, they get up, they got to pack their shit, they got to get to the ballpark, they just got no hit, they're not very good anyway. And now they're going to face another good pitcher, and I'm sure they've got some jabroni going. It doesn't even really matter who the Pirates pitch, they're all the same. So, if the White Sox get anything on the board early, they'll just probably fold and say, what time's the plane leave? Let's get the hell out of here. So that's what we're thinking. That's top play, 3 stars. This is a 3-star play, and the model, I've just found some new angle in there, and I'm just kind of like, this doesn't kind of make sense. What the model tells me is that we're looking for big efforts by star pitchers, i.e. Shane Bieber. And then we're going to play the other team the next day. And I'm thinking, what the hell? I guess I recall a game in my Little League. I have a pretty good memory for Little League just because that's when I was good. So, I relive my glory days by going back in my mind when I was 11. But there was a pitcher in our league that we couldn't hit because he had that, throw the ball at your head curveball, which is devastating to a 12-year-old. Curveball! Louis Segner. We could not hit Louis Segner. So I remember playing these guys, and they're beating us, of course, because we can't hit Louis Segner, and we're behind like 5-0. And for whatever reason, they took him out. I think he hurt his arm, which really, for us, was like really funny because, they tell you as little kids, don't throw the curveball, you're going to hurt your arm. So he actually hurts his arm. Ow, my arm hurts. And we're all like, ah. And then they bring in Sean Ink. And man, it was like, oh yeah, we could handle this guy. And we hammered him. And we ended up winning the game like 7-5 because we could hit Sean Ink. So that's the theory, that Louis Segner, Shane Bieber is not pitching. Mike Clevenger, Sean Ink is pitching. Doesn't quite follow because Clevenger's a hell of a lot better than Sean Ink is. But still, Clevenger off a 10-day layoff. He wasn't exactly sharp all season long to begin with. We're thinking maybe he's just a little wild and the Twins are able to square a few balls up. So we're going to take the Twins. That'll be a top play. This game, the Padres, we should have had the Mariners last night. The model, I looked at it this morning, and it basically almost just jumped out of the computer and said, you fucked that up, right? You should have had the Mariners. There was absolutely no reason. I told you to play it, and you didn't do it. So I know I told you I'm letting the model do what it wants to do. Except when I screw it up, again, I see the bus coming, it has Mariners written all on it. It's like, this is my bus, I just get on it, and we go to payday land, and it goes right past me, and I go, what happened? I didn't get paid. Well, that's because you didn't get on the bus. It was right there. So, we're going to take the Padres 2 stars. We're going to lay the big number. We're at home. We just think maybe the Mariners are just, now getting out over their skis a little bit. The Padres are an excellent team. Let's let their young stars, let's see if they, the 2 stars, my 2-star record's awful. Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm talking myself out of it as I speak, but we'll say Padres. And then the late night, again, we'll go back out to San Francisco. Again, I don't think we're in the wrong place on that Dodgers game. You know, we had two high percentage chances to get paid last night, and both of them failed. So I think we're in the right place. Let's see if these guys can hit Kershaw. You know, they hit the Dodgers basically mediocre pitchers all over the park last night, with the exception of Jansen, mediocre pitchers. Let's see if they can hit Kershaw. Let's see if he doesn't cool their asses off. In case he can't cool their asses off, we are going to take the run line at -140 just to shorten our exposure here. I think that might make sense. You know, Kershaw's always been a pretty reliable against the spread pitcher. You know, he's better in the regular season than he is in the playoffs. So we'll call that a 3-star game too. So there you have it. Pretty short night, only 4 games. I just couldn't seem to, you know, I couldn't seem to read the board today. Couldn't divine what's going to happen. At any rate, White Sox 3 stars, Twins 3 stars. We'll take the Padres for 2 stars, and late night Dodgers 3 stars. So thanks for being here. We'll have something for you tomorrow in MLB, no doubt. Good luck, good gambling. There was something else I always went in there. Goodbye, good night, good afternoon. That's it.